Hello guys, and welcome back to Power and Revolution 2020 edition with our Israeli playthrough here. In the last episode, we formed the true Israel by taking over Palestine and forming our one greater country. You see, we took this was Palestine, the Gaza Strip here. I'm already setting up highways going through the whole thing. And this was Palestine, the West Bank. Is that what that was called? The West Bank. But it's on the east. That's really weird. Maybe someone from Israel can tell me why it's called that. Either way. We took that over. I'm setting up highways going there too. We got some pretty funny population statistics now as a result of this. So as you can see, after we took Palestine, their people were so quote unquote unhealthy compared to ours. Our lifespan expectancy went from 85 years, basically, or according to this, 83, down to 79 because their people were just that much worse off than ours in health. Apparently, I guess their people's poverty situation wasn't as bad because we just had our poverty threshold dip down. So that's kind of funny. Our child mortality went up, I think because of the war, because I assume that their healthcare system in general wasn't as good as ours. Our human development index went down because they were so underdeveloped. Population growth went up. I don't think this is because of theirs being higher. If this is anything like the 2019 edition, then there is still probably a bug where they just kind of add a couple values together and then you get a permanently increased population growth. That's why in this game I look for measures of birth control that will be popular as soon as I can get them, because I know eventually it will get out of control because it'll jump up and it's not just going to jump back down. There's no way you can do it. It's just an artificial added value that gets thrown in there. Also, as we can see, our population is much higher now. The country of Palestine had a lot of people, nearly as much as we did, so that's definitely gone up. We also have to check industry. I'm very terrible at keeping up with this just due to how much we have had to do. But I don't want to focus the entire episode on it. So let's get some manpower into other surface ships, which we have nationalized to try to get the sector running. What should we try to go for next? Steel. Steel's not a natural thing, so that could be something we get next. Let's nationalize steel so we can try to get that up and running next. I did remember that one thing I did want to do, and these guys might hate it. Oh yeah, our amount of soldiers has now adjusted up to account for all their soldiers because we've gotten their soldiers in our army, we've gotten their military tech, yada yada. But one thing I wanted to do that my guys might not like, I'm going to dismantle all of my rank 2 drones because in my opinion, rank 2 drones are useless in this game. Weird, was it still showing that I have them? Okay. What the fuck? Are they gone now? Alright, that might just be a little bug. It might update after I hit play for a little bit, but yeah, we're dismantling drones because I just don't like the Tech 2 drones. They're not very good. And so I want to get rid of them, free up whatever money's going into maintaining them. We have a meeting with the leader of France. Why am I meeting with the leader? Oh, that's right. I was going to say, he didn't offer me anything. Why am I meeting with him? At the end of the last episode, I had just made the leader of France love me and made France love me by donating them $150 million for a volcanic eruption, I think, that they had. So let's see if we can get an alliance. The reason being, I'm trying to get an alliance with every permanent member of the United Nations, so that way, when I start going to war with my neighbors that are actually in the UN, they can hopefully not succeed at getting intervention against me, because if I can get even one of the permanent UN members, just one, to vote no, then I am safe. And if they all voted yes, then I can at least hope that they won't betray their ally. I can hope. Either way, we did get our alliance. Let's see if we can get any... Yep, we can get any access rights. Maritime, air, no air. What if I give you maritime and air, and you give me air? No? Alright, so that's just where you want to end it. So thank you for meeting with me, Macron. I'm happy that we have come to this little arrangement. A new ally. So who am I missing? I'm missing the UK and China. I don't think any of them have any active aid situations that need my attention. No, nothing for China and nothing for the UK. A couple of things happening in the United States, actually. Wildfires. That's one thing we got to pay attention to, is we got to make sure our global warming, pollution, yada yada doesn't get out of control, because in this game, when it does get out of control, which looks like Palestine's was a lot worse than mine, when it does get out of control, then you start having more natural disasters. So it's something you do want to basically keep in check, I guess. Keep in check, yeah. I don't think I had anything special to harvest in here. No, let me just double check. No, Palestine doesn't have any gas or oil, I believe. Very weak. And very weak. Okay, yeah, nothing really special. So I could definitely put some like solar plants over here if I wanted. I assume it would work pretty well, yeah. Production capacity, good. Good. I don't think wind would be any better here. I am dismantling the one wind they had because it was just so poorly placed. It isn't that good. Yeah, this is just average. It wouldn't hurt to go ahead and make some offshore wind. It would be a little expensive, but I could get some probably pretty good production of wind out here, maybe? Closer into the Mediterranean? Yeah, good. But why bother with that for now while I still have room to place down solar plants? Speaking of which, in case that didn't make it obvious what I'm about to do, I'm going to place down some more solar. Where, though? That's pretty close. Right there. And good. Alright, cool. So we're placing another solar because we just want to keep increasing that. We want to get ahead more and more if we can on our energy production. Get a big electricity surplus. That way I could go and dismantle the fossil energy. Now, in none of my previous playthroughs have I ever cared about dismantling fossil energy, replacing global warming stuff, yada yada. But in this one, I think I'm going to care, not because of any, I don't know, meta reasons, but just because in this game, the direct result of having a lot of carbon emissions is natural disasters. And while it doesn't make much sense, it is how it works. In this game, if your global warming stats for your country are out of control, you will get more volcanic eruptions, more hurricanes, more earthquakes, and while most natural disasters have nothing to do with global warming, that is just the way these very die-hard left-wing developers chose to make it. Because why wouldn't an earthquake be caused by the amount of carbon in the atmosphere? Even though it's caused by tectonic plates, that's how it works in this game. So it's a good thing to get rid of. I can admit that it is definitely a good thing to get rid of. Maybe we can dismantle some of these right now. See, I want to, but I don't want to get, you know, I don't want to, oh man. I don't want to do it just yet. Maybe if I place 2 solars at once, maybe that will give me the balls to do it eventually. Because our electricity usage has been going up as well. So I just want to kind of play it safely. Because if you run out of electricity, very bad things can start to happen. Someone's going to get mad by how much money I just spent. Tournament champions in a video game World Cup? Hell yeah, that has definitely come a long way since the start. Documentary on healthcare banned. Healthcare in Israel, crisis and torment. Criticize the poor healthcare level of the country. What? But my healthcare is amazing. It must be some bug from merging together with Palestine, because my healthcare is awesome. Let's fight cancer. Yeah, this is just more stuff. It's yelling at me after I took over Palestine. It's like, oh, so all this is wrong. Unless, for whatever reason, my budget has been adjusted that much. No, not really. It's pretty fucking similar. I have fighting cancer maxed out. This is just some weird buggy shit that happens after taking over Palestine for whatever reason. We need to keep getting our popularity up. Last episode, I did decide that we are going to go basically full dictatorship mode because the warmonger hits we were getting were just retarded. And it's something we could actually get done a lot more easily than you might think. Let's see, what's cheap? See, that's pretty expensive. Chemical pollution? Oh, God, expensive. Waste recycling. Wow. Some of these have to be cheap, right? Some of these. Alright, that's not too bad. Combat noise pollution. Okay, cool. Let's do that. Noise pollution. It's not quite the same as fighting global warming, but it's something. Alright, we have no dilapidated houses. We just got another over 300,000 public houses. Let's see. The surface ship construction is up and running. Wait, no, that's in industry. So let's get that running again. Other surface ships. I guess it's this one. And denationalize it. There you go. We're already nationalizing steel, but maybe we can find something else. I've decided exactly what to pick. I'm going to pick conventional submarines. We're going to get conventional submarines going. The more of this that we do get, then when I do end up expanding our military equipment, the more, how do I say it, we will just be able to produce by ourselves. Also, I've noticed these drones have not dismantled yet. And it's still not working. Is this some kind of bug? I've literally tried to dismantle it 3 times, and they just haven't dismantled. I don't know why. That's very odd. I guess this may just be a 2020 bug. Maybe you just can't dismantle anything? Maybe it's just the drones. What if I dismantle 2 of them? Can you do 2 of them? No. Okay, well, I guess we're just stuck with these drones because they don't seem like they want to dismantle. And unfortunately, I cannot God and... Oh, wait, no, I can. I can God and spy dismantling stuff. Huh. Interesting. I'll have to remember that because maybe I'll just do that, huh? It's kind of the same thing, I guess. Why didn't I think of that in the 2019 edition when I was trying to get rid of those ships? I was trying to get rid of ships in the 2019 edition. I couldn't dismantle them. Why didn't I just think of opening God and Spy and doing this? God, if this doesn't demonstrate how little I actually use God and Spy, then fuck, I don't know what will. But we still need to get our popularity up. Our research spending has definitely changed. Let's get 1 point into aeronautic. This little conflict between Russia and Sweden still active. This is just some little thing that happened. It's nothing special. Just one-off little exchanges that really shouldn't be happening. What the fuck? For some reason, Russian soldiers have died. But for the most part, other than that, it's just like a tank, a ship, a plane. I don't know what's happening. Whatever is happening shouldn't be happening. Like, there's nothing over here that should be causing anything that we're seeing. But that'd be kind of interesting if Russia went to war with Sweden. They won't, but it would be interesting. Looks like our Yemeni cell is up and running. By the way, let me check my terrorist stuff. We've infiltrated 2 terrorist groups. This was on the 19th. We can go ahead and try to dismantle that. Russian Mafia was on the 20th. Might want to sit on that for a little bit longer if we want to do some real damage. So I'm on my military screen here. I'm going to increase my amount of commandos up to 250 because they could come in handy for going after some little places like Monaco here. If we don't want to literally send soldiers, we could just fly commandos over. If we ever want to take it over and maybe try to force our way into Europe so that we can maybe join NATO or someone or some European something, I don't know, some kind of agency. They wouldn't be really able to fight back one way or another, whether we sent troops or commandos. So commandos might be a little more convenient for doing that. In addition, we still have a little ways to go on popularity. Let's bump up some spending. Right here, I guess, just in heritage. One thing that I don't show very much that I do off screen, by the way, is I'll go over to my key figures. I'll find someone in the party of power, maybe a businessman, maybe someone in the government, an artist that likes me. And then you basically just look at their popularity, like this guy, get a meeting, and you ask him to basically speak highly of you, and you get a little popularity boost as well. That's a little more boring and repetitive because it's the same thing every time, so I don't tend to show it off like on screen. So just know that that is something that I am doing, just in case anyone decides to be like, hey, you should do this. It's a free way to get popularity. Well, I know I already do it. I just usually don't show it. I relied on it during my most dire of straits. So we got this little boost: culture, painting, architecture, sad face for militarism, happy face again for national defense. I'm going to go ahead and just finish maxing out our competitive sports spending, which is a little more expensive than I expected, but I have doubled my population. I'm surprised that my budget hasn't doubled as well, and my income, but it's probably a slow integration process. Oh wow, there's a religion spending. Speaking of, I haven't looked at my religion statistics yet. Ooh man, I said this would happen. I said the moment we take over Palestine, Jews are no longer going to be the majority. At this rate, this is going to end up being like Hellenic Egypt, with just a minority in charge, essentially. We've just gotten rid of one of the terrorist organizations. I haven't figured out exactly what I want to do with the state power with regard to religions. I kind of want to go for that secular status, but the religions don't hate me currently, so I'm kind of happy to leave them as they are. Even the Muslims like me again. Whatever my policies are, they seem to like them overall, at the very least. So maybe if I don't change any of this, they'll stay liking me, and then I won't need to crack down on them or anything. That's the hope. Our popularity is pretty high, so we can try to find some more rights to take away, or, you know, just straight up go for appointed for life nomination head of government. To be honest, if I did this right now, I could do it. I could totally get away with it. The whole world's gonna get real fucking mad, but I could get away with this. I could pull it off. And the moment you transition into dictatorship, you'll notice, if you have watched the previous playthroughs, you saw me do this as Brazil, you'll notice the popularity hits and the way your people think changes immediately. The moment that you get through to appointed for life, the absolute moment, it changes drastically. However, this is also one of the hardest things to do without getting yourself thrown out of office. Which is why this whole time I've just been putting it off and taking different rights away to kind of ease my people towards this direction. And it has seen progress. Things that gave us like 20 to 25% hits are now giving us 10% hits. It's definitely a lot easier right now. I don't know if I want to do it right now. Ah, man, I guess I might as well, huh? I guess I might as well. Let's do it. Let's make a dictatorship out of Israel. I hope we don't die. So, for whatever reason, as of this episode, like, the popularity changes don't seem to be displaying properly. Oh, there it goes, finally. It's weird, there's like a lag now, and it's just like, it'll show a popularity change with a not happy or sad face, or it just will do a complete delay like that. But we just lost 27.3% to the first hit of human rights for becoming a dictatorship. The dictatorship has not gone through yet. There will be another hit, probably of a similar size, maybe 20%, I don't know. So we have to do whatever we can to fight this, to fix this. Some nationalization stuff we've done has gone through as well. For simplicity's sake, let's just start there, shall we? So steel, we just nationalized steel. Let's throw some workforce into it. Holy shit, that's expensive, I take it back, I'm not doing that just yet. Instead, we'll find somewhere to spend money. Okay, so yeah, our spending here has gone down since we took over Palestine. So let's put one more star into help for employing seniors. That should give us a little bit of popularity, I guess. A little bit. Education. Let's get agriculture training back up to max. It was at max until we took over Palestine. Air transport is the cheapest thing that I can really bump up star-wise in the transportation section. So we're going to go ahead and up that as well. And we'll take a little trip over to health and max out the fight against AIDS, which I feel like we already had maxed out, but I guess not. So let's go ahead and max that out. I don't think we actually had it maxed out. I don't think that's a Palestine merger thing. I think that's just me not remembering anything, since the way I play this game when I record it isn't exactly consistent. Like, I'll play it, pump out 3 episodes one day, I won't play it again for a week, and then I'll play it 3 different times that week, and I'll get like 2 videos done every day. It's very inconsistent, not quite like you would play a game normally. Economic data. I haven't been checking our economic data nearly as much as I did when we played, China, because our economy is just doing great. No matter what I do, our economy is doing great. The homosexual community threatens us. The homosexual community doesn't exist anymore. That was a nice little boost, 5%? 5%, and that reminds me, I do have another way to gain some popularity. Assistance for converting to organic farming. Insert rant here. And get that out of the way. What did I miss? I missed 2 things. Terrorist threat. Alright. And there you go, another 6 point. I cannot believe that would have such a big effect. Throw a little more funding into organic. Oh my god, I want to smack a dev. Anyway, well guys, something very important has just happened. And I just don't know how to feel about it.
Fellow esteemed citizens, our current situation is critical. Faced with repeated provocations from this rogue state that is threatening both our country and the international community, I have made a conscious decision to declare war. We regret that diplomacy has failed. It is now up to our guns to speak for us, so that we can defend our homeland.
That just happened. Pakistan just declared war on Iran. They both hate us, so I mean, I guess I don't really care who wins, because they both hate me. That's pretty fucking crazy, though. Man, I guess we'll just hit play and see how this goes. I was expecting something between Russia and Sweden, maybe? Not Pakistan and Iran. It's too bad we don't border Iran, otherwise we could probably join this fight, but as it stands, we don't really have a way in. I mean, I don't think I have full access through Turkey. Otherwise, I could land in Turkey and go this way. I might have full access through Turkey. Meeting. Manage. It'd be nice if there was like just a way to see what you had with someone without doing what I'm about to do. Diplomacy. Alliances. Okay, we have full access right through Turkey. So, I mean, if I wanted to, I could sort of get involved in this little conflict. Iran and Pakistan. They seem to be very evenly matched. Very evenly matched. And so far, Pakistan's losing, basically just because they're losing ships and subs, to enemy commandos, Iranian commandos. We could declare war on one of the two warring parties. Although we don't know how this is going to go. Someone might call in the UN. Iran hasn't officially declared war back yet. Iran will probably declare war back. I don't know who's going to win this. They seem pretty evenly matched for sure. Pakistan's probably more likely to win, but if the world votes to intervene on Pakistan, then Pakistan's not going to win. If the world votes to intervene on Pakistan, we maybe don't even need to worry about anything, and then we could just go fight Pakistan, actually, with the permission of the UN. I am curious. I am curious if we wait, if we will see something like that happen. No matter who we declare war on, even if they're not in the UN and don't have the capability to ask for intervention, they still do it. So I'm going to assume Iran will call for intervention against Pakistan, even if Iran isn't in the UN, which, I mean, I think they are. Iran. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Oh, no. Wait, pause the game. It's messing me up. That's another big popularity hit. Iran. H, I, Ran. Iran is in the UN, so they should end up calling for that.
The decree.
Oh, by the way, we're a dictator now.
It's true.
And we partially dismantled the Russian mafia. I went ahead and sent that guy in. Oh my god, they're down to 18,000. That's some good progress. We're really cutting in on them. Let's take a look at our country now. An authoritarian republic. I don't think you can call yourself a republic if you have a dictator. I mean, I guess you could. Rome kind of did it. But hey man, we're finally a dictatorship. Notice that nobody rioted. I guess I really did ban all the opponents of everything that I was doing that had the most effect, I guess. Let's put some more money into sports to try to make people like us. We have maxed out everything here. We've maxed out every single star in sports. Unless we take over another country and it lowers the stars, we've officially finished this. We will be able to build more things, and that will make people like me. We can do other things as well, but sports is officially full up. Speaking of full up, let's fill up culture some more with some more spending there, some more stars. Go back into work and see what we can do here. That's not too bad. That's a lot worse. So let's do that. Less unemployment's always good. More adoration from our people is always great. Transportation. Air transport was the cheapest the last time. It still seems to be the cheapest. Rail is the most expensive. It's crazy expensive. Let's get one more into air transport. At this point, we might take some public finance hits, but really, I don't give a shit. What else can we get maxed out here? That's expensive. That's not too expensive. ICT and cybersecurity. Let's get that maxed out. Education. What else? What else? I did get stuff here maxed out last time. Economy, law, commerce. Let's get that maxed out. And just try to redo the damage that has been done generally. Which, theoretically, from here on out, it should be pretty easy to keep high popularity no matter what I do. At least easier. So that's good at least. I don't think we can see the fighting between these two. In 2020, a lot of the troop movements seem to be hidden. Unless there's an active fight, They definitely hide a lot of it. So they are here shelling this Iranian ship, which is now dead. And that Pakistani ship's now dead as well. There's missiles slowly traveling their way, bombarding enemy bases. Oh man, what is happening? Okay, this is every country in the world complaining that we have condemned the restriction of liberty. Relations will be compromised if you do nothing. Yeah, you're full of shit. You're not going to do anything to stop me. And there is some roads blocked. I assume it's a just popular thing. Yeah. Let me appear on television and hopefully get a good result there. And yeah, I don't see any land invasion going on so far between Pakistan and Iran. Just some missiles flying back and forth, some naval fights. But it will be definitely very interesting to watch, and I certainly hope that Iran calls for UN intervention. Well, it was pretty well received when we did our TV appearance. The roads being blocked is already done with. Iran did officially declare war on Pakistan. Pakistan declared war again back because the war system in this game is weird. And Iran is calling on the UN to issue an ultimatum against Pakistan. Now, assuming that the US or someone that hates Pakistan doesn't veto it, I think it's very likely that the UN will grant intervention against Pakistan, which if it does, we can go to war with Pakistan. We're not ready to do anything like that, but the intervention lasts forever. We may not be strong enough necessarily to do it right now. At the very least, we certainly wouldn't be able to mobilize a force that would be any match for theirs. But maybe that could be an easy war target in the future. If we tried to fight a conventional war against them, especially with a naval approach, we would get slaughtered. They are stronger than us in just about every way. We don't have the commandos to send over here to try to snipe anything either. And even if we did, they certainly have a lot of units in their capital. It would be pretty tough. Even with commandos and a cyber attack, we would need thousands, at least 10,000, probably more, maybe. I don't know. Maybe just 10,000. I'm not sure. Commandos dropping in all at once here to snipe this, to ever snipe this. But I am very eager to get any permanent intervention permission against any and every country that I can. Let's go ahead and toss another star into this organic farming, yada yada. I'm curious here. What's our undernourished populations doing better? Organic agricultural areas has been going up and up and up and up. So that's good. That's good, I guess. That's cool. I hope someone gets intervention against them. Really, I would just like another target to invade. Even if these are very powerful targets, it would still be nice. There is a popular strike. This will go away. They're just angry because we just changed to dictatorship. The fact that we haven't had more negative consequences is good proof that I worked up to this pretty well. We'll get over this little hump and hopefully reach new, amazing, I don't know, things that we can do. Like invading Lebanon, who actually has more soldiers than I do. What the fuck? Fuck you, Lebanon. I want to do them as my next target because I think they're pretty weak. Albeit those soldiers, I think they're going to be weaker than Egypt. Egypt is pretty strong. They're going to be weaker than Egypt. Jordan is stronger. Yeah, Lebanon is our next good target to invade. So I kind of want to go for Lebanon. But, of course, without permission, that's going to be tough. We're probably not going to find permission one way or another. And even if we do, the UN's probably just going to say no to it anyway. Where is our task force in Lebanon? Let's go ahead and just put them to cyber attack preparation just in case. I'm sure we already have people in the country getting us information on the country, but they're not going to produce a lot of information. Speaking of countries, I guess, here's a meeting with Australia, which they asked to set up with us. They would like to purchase fowl. Everyone wants to purchase fowl from us. Our production has gone up, so our economy there is expanding. They want to buy 32,202 tons, which is more than we're selling to all the other countries that have tried to buy from us altogether. Let's see if they're willing to do some negotiating, starting at about their own purchase price, way above our sales price. All right, so we're going to get, hopefully, a good little deal here. Let's do 1,800. All right, let's do 1,720. And we got that, 1,720 per ton, and we've sold over 32,000 tons, and that will be some increased profit for the fowl. industry. Let's offer you a coffee. How do you like me? You like me all right? No, not very much. Do you want non-aggression? No? All right, well, it was nice. I just remember getting them as like an ally when I was playing as China. I was like, oh, maybe they'll like me here too. But we have accomplished a lot this episode. It's been a very exciting episode. We've moved over to dictatorship. We are kind of setting in motion our next war, and this one could be the big one because Lebanon is actually in the UN. They actually have the right and capability to ask the UN to intervene against us. But it is necessary to conquer the small things around us before the large things. We may want to look at expanding my military a little bit before doing stuff like that. Before I forget, I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to cheat out those drones that the game's not letting me get rid of. Where are they? Helicopters, fighters, drones, rank 2. Yes. I'm just going to do this to get rid of them because, again, the game's not letting me dismantle. So I have to use the DLC to get rid of them because they're just costing me money and I'm never going to use them. Yeah, we will probably have to expand our military before moving on to anyone bigger than Lebanon, like, you know, Pakistan, Iran, anyone else really. And that would definitely be a smart thing to do. Maybe get started on constructing new military hardware now that we have a budget excess and we're kind of consolidating power in our country, expanding. I think it's a good time that we'll be transitioning into that stuff now that the dictatorship is established. We still have some more rights we can take away. Other than that, we're doing well. As much as the game tries to stop us for doing well, we are doing well. So, thank you guys very much for watching this episode. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. If the frequency of these uploads are not enough for you, remember I have 2 other GPS series on my channel as well as other strategy playthroughs on my channel. I also stream over on Twitch all sorts of games. Strategy, RPG, MMO, FPS, you name it, I probably stream it over there. You can check that out in the description below. While you're there into the description, make sure to check out my community server, which you can join on PC, mobile app, you name it, you can join it. Talk to me about the game. Maybe come join me in a game, one of these strategy games you see me posting that has multiplayer. I'd love to see you guys there. But for now, I'll see you on the next episode.